All right, today we're going to dive into an idea that's all around us, but one we totally misunderstand a lot of the time. We're going to look right past all the screens, all the mirrors, and try to find a different kind of beauty. You know, the kind you can actually feel, not just see. So let's get into it. So let's just start with the big one. What is true beauty? I mean, it's a massive question, right? For, I don't know, centuries we've been trying to define it, bottle it up, chase after it. But what if we've been looking in all the wrong places this whole time? What if the real answer has nothing to do with what we see, but something way, way deeper? And this is the heart of what we're talking about today. It's about shifting our focus from all the external stuff, the filters, the trends, getting the perfect angle for a photo, to what's going on inside. The kind of beauty that actually sticks with you, that leaves a real impression. Okay, but how does that actually work? How can beauty be something you feel? Sounds a little abstract, I know. So let's jump into a couple of stories that I think really show how these inner qualities create a beauty that's, well, it's almost tangible. So our first story is from a young photographer. His name's Kabir, and he had this realization. Even though his whole job is about capturing how things look on the surface, his best photos, the ones that really hit you, they were never about staged perfection. They were about capturing a real, authentic moment. And right there, that's it. An ideal like kindness suddenly becomes a picture. His friend's hair was probably a mess, the smile wasn't posed, but that photo, it just glowed with the beauty of what he'd just done. It's a beauty you can actually feel just by looking at it. Let's keep that idea going with another story. This one's about a kind of beauty that's so quiet, it's actually super easy to miss if you're only paying attention to the surface. This one's from an artist named Mira, and she's telling us about a girl in our class named Anika. Now, Anika wasn't loud, she wasn't trendy, she didn't really stand out in any of the ways we're usually told to. For the most part, people just looked right past her. But then Mira worked on a project with her, and she discovered this incredible thing about Anika. She was a deep, empathetic listener, the kind of person who makes you feel completely seen and heard. Her inner beauty wasn't just for her. It actually brought out the best in everyone around her. It was something you had to experience to understand. I just love this metaphor. It is so perfect. In a world that's so full of noise and constant visual stuff begging for our attention, this kind of beauty is like a quiet melody. You can only really hear it when you stop and actually listen. So, if this inner beauty is so powerful, why are we all so obsessed with the outside? Well, that leads us right into a very, very modern problem, the pressure to be perfect. Or, what we can call the perfection trap. And you know what I'm talking about, right? This is the world we live in. We are surrounded by perfectly curated images, filters that can erase every single flaw, and trends that seem to change every week. It just creates this endless cycle of comparison where we start worrying way more about how we look than who we actually are. I mean, just think about it. A mirror can only show you the surface stuff, your shape, the color of your eyes, but it literally cannot show you your courage. It can't show your empathy for a friend or that spark of creativity you have. It misses everything that really makes you, you. So what's the flip side? What happens when we decide to shift our focus? What's the real payoff for cultivating this inner beauty? Well, it turns out it gets you a totally different kind of admiration, one that's way more lasting. Okay, one last story. This one's about a quiet student named Aryan. Again, not someone who was trying to get attention. But during a super stressful exam, a classmate fainted, and while everyone else was panicking, he was the one who jumped up, calmly and effectively helping her. Now, in that room, there were probably tons of people who were more stylish, more conventionally attractive than Aryan. And on any other day, they might be the ones who get all the attention. Because, let's be real, outer beauty is great at catching your eye. But here's the kicker. In that moment of crisis, Aryan's character, his courage, his calm, it just shone through. He didn't just get attention for a second. He earned genuine, deep respect from every single person in that room. And that is so much more valuable. So let's pull all these threads together. This light from within, it sounds poetic and all, but what is it actually made of? It's not some vague mystical thing. It's made of real, observable qualities that we all have. We can really break it down into three main things. First, kindness. That warmth you feel from someone's actions that, like the photographer said, no camera can ever truly capture. Second, empathy.
Just that simple elegance of trying to understand where someone else is coming from, of really listening. And third, honesty, the rare and powerful beauty of just being yourself.
And maybe this is the most important thing to take away from all of this. Everything on the surface is temporary. Clothes go out of style, trends disappear, faces change. But these inner qualities, kindness, empathy, honesty, they don't fade away. They actually deepen and grow with you for your entire life. So the next time you look in the mirror, just remember what it can't show you. Because real, lasting beauty isn't a reflection you see with your eyes. It's a light that shines from within you. And that is a beauty that's absolutely worth celebrating.